250 years ago, travelling across the country could have dangerous repercussions. Being a stranger in a village meant that you were judged more fiercely and probably questioned. This is a tale about when travelling goes wrong, in a tale of love, murder, folklore and cursed roads. That's right, you better start believing in documentaries about ghost stories, Miss Turner, because you're about to be in one. My name is Elise Freshwater-Blizzard. I am your time-travelling host, and you are watching the final episode of The Middle of Nowhere. Our story begins in a small village called Castleton. Castleton was a poor village in Derbyshire where nothing really happened. The locals either mined out lead ore from the local mines, a dangerous job, or they made rope in the local cave, a miserable job. Between dangerous and miserable, there wasn't much else going on in this village. No one came to stay for long. I mean, it's hard to get to, and the villagers are miserable bastards. Yes, even back then. Today, nobody is mining or poor here. In fact, the locals are now considered well off, and the millions of tourists that pass through here quickly realise that you can't do anything here for under £25. One chocolate bar, that's £25, please. As most Derbyshire men seem to say, life was different back in today, and our story begins in today. More specifically, 1745. Or 1768. Or somewhere between those dates. I went far away and back in time to meet two lovers who are our main characters in this story. Hi. Alan, Clara, thank you both for coming on the show. I've heard you've just got into Castleton from Scotland. That's right. Now, normally, nobody goes to a poor, run-down village like this that's in the middle of nowhere by choice. So what brought you here? Well, do you want to say it first?
No, you say it first.
Okay. If one of you... Well, why don't we say it together?
Yeah, say it together.
Yeah. Just 3, 2, 3, 1.
Can
we just...
We're always like this. We're getting married. Not got a ring yet.
Oh, you will. You'll get a ring.
You'll get the ring, no?
What? Well, my stupid father didn't want us to get married, you see.
He's got no right!
Oh, honey, it's all right.
There's a chapel in Peak Forest. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. There's a chapel in Peak Forest, so we're staying the night here, and at the crack of dawn, we're heading up through Winnat's Pass and to Peak Forest. We're so excited that we're going to tell everybody about our love, how we've brought all our money with us for our new lives, and where we're going, and what specific time we'll be vulnerable and alone. Wow, with no telephones invented, police force established, or any way to put out an emergency signal, I wildly encourage that for you both. Can we share with you how we met? No. So it all started when I was buying ham at the marketplace.
You were wearing the same thing you are now, love. I remember it really well.
Well, it was last week, silly.
Oh, yeah!
Allan and Clara were open about their plans with all the locals in the village. They booked a night at the pub, had some drinks, and discussed their plans with the local lead miners, who were enjoying their evening pints after work. What Allan and Clara didn't know, however, is that you should never trust a miner with a pint, because some evil plans started to brew. They were going to rob Allan and Clara on Winnat's Pass. I took to the road and followed the path that Allan and Clara walked all those years ago. It's a road still used today to get out of Castleton and head to Manchester. It's the most dangerous road I know, and I know a lot of roads. Imagine for a moment that I am Allan and Clara, but that's two people and I'm one person. So I'll go with their couple name I just made up. Carl sounds like a mixture of their names, so I'll go with that just for today. In the 1700s, Carl would have been walking up the road like this. They've just had a nice sleep in Castleton and they're excited for their future. Notice the safety scale. It's at a normal level. It's the type of danger you'd experience buttering a piece of toast on a Sunday afternoon. Trust me, I've been there. But look what happens when I cross the boundary wall into Winnat's Pass. The graph goes into danger mode. It's akin to ignoring the red flags on a first date. But let's ignore those red flags and keep walking, shall we? Over the years, thousands of cars break down here on the steep gradient. Some slip off the top cliffs and die. Some get hit by rocks. Some crash into the bottom wall. Some die here just for the thrill of it. And that's just the cars we're talking about. Or is it? I'm at the top of Winnat's Pass now. Carl wouldn't have made it to this point because they were busy being murdered further down the road. But take a look at what the safety scale is doing. That's right. It explodes. We really don't know how the murders happened on the day we weren't there. It could have been dramatic.
You're gonna die now. Yeah, we're gonna kill you.
It could have been accidental.
Please don't kill me.
It was an accident. Stop it. We're going to have to kill you if you don't stop screaming.
Or it could have happened any other way. We just don't know.
Have you ever thought about mining Bitcoin?
I'm gonna kill myself.
The murders rang out through history. The bones of Allan and Clara were found a few years later. Their bodies dumped down a mine shaft. The saddle they used for the horse is now preserved at Speedwell Cavern, and the names of the murderers, they're in the local historical mining records. This folklore story puts Castleton on the map, and for me, teaches us a lesson. Don't go anywhere near miners. They seem like dangerous men. Thankfully, though, all the murdering miners in this story had gruesome endings, and one of them confessed to all the killings on his deathbed, which is how we know who did it.
Easy, love.
You seem to know a lot about us, little lady. How do you know so much about us? What's going to happen to us? What happened to us?
You want to know what happens to you? All of you?
Yeah.
You slip off cliffs. You die horrifically in mines. You hang yourselves out of sheer guilt. And one of you slips into a deep psychosis that never fully heals. And do you know the funny thing, boys? The funny thing is that the money you so desperately wanted won't be enough. Peter, that horse you just bought, with that money, it dies in a week. But thank you for reminding me of that. I actually forgot to tell my audience that. But But thank you very much, boys. I've had a great time, great documentary, and I will be off. Thank you. Right. Okay. Roll the credits. Oh my god! I'm so sorry.